This is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Beane TV. Keep it there. Woo!
One, two, 1, 2. Hey now, hey, welcome everybody, welcome to Exclusively Van Halen, the weekly Van Halen show, almost daily. It's almost a daily show around here. Johnny Beane here, Ned the Cat, welcome you guys. It is July 1st, 2022, 8:02 p.m. Eastern, 5:02 Pacific, out here in Santa Cruz, California. If this is your first time here, smash that subscribe button. It's free. Smash that thumbs up. There you go. Join us here every day. We do videos every day around here. Join us. Johnny Beane here. All right, this is exclusively Van Halen, and here on YouTube, we're live on YouTube. We have channel members, and the top tier of channel members are the executive producers. And they are Dave Ennis, Vinyl Freak 5150, Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB&J Cat, Wayno, Steve-O 5150, False Flag, Sherman Callahan, Andy Carson, Michael B, R. Habs, Warlag, The Chad, Lawrence Christensen, Lenny Lou and Mary, James Gum, John Moronic, Paul Martin Woods, Stephen Franklin, Fabulous Disaster, Michael Smith, the Captain, Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, Jim Ray Hawkins, David Allen Wright, and Steve Carmichael. That is the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Beane TV here on YouTube. If you'd like to become a channel member, help support the channel, support these shows, click that join button right below the 10 thumbs ups. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. And let's say you want to help support the channel in other ways. Any super chats will change the color of these lights. This is called the Guitar Moire. It's a special feature you'll only see here on Johnny Beane TV. Any super chats will change it magically. It's magic. Lots of magic going on here. We'll change the color of those lights in real time. You'll get a shout out in the chat there. All kinds of cool stuff. Let's see. We're also live on, where are we? Facebook, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page. We have Facebook Stars, which is a digital gift that helps in the production of these shows. Johnny Beane TV Facebook page. There it is. We're also live pretty much all over Facebook. The exclusively Van Halen group, almost 63,000 members. EVH Gear Live group, EVH Gear Live page, Johnny Beane TV group on Facebook, and my personal profile where I'm just about at the 5K limit. So if you want to become Facebook friends, please send me a message. Let me know. Let me know all about it. And as you saw before the show started, this is a podcast as well. So you can actually listen to Johnny Beane TV over on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. And of course, we're here on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're actually live on Twitter as well. And we're pretty much everywhere. We're on TikTok, Amazon influencers. I've got a new show on Amazon that I'm been saying I'm gonna do. I just got to do it, and so look for a Johnny Beane TV Amazon show as well, where I talk about products you want to get. So yeah, what else do we normally do here? You can leave a review for us over on Google. Just search. Actually, just click the link right there. Nightbot should have that for you. And lastly, if you'd like to help support, like Janice Lala did on my video, I was eating a taco yesterday. Janice dropped me a super thanks. Thank you again, Janice Lala. It's like a super chat, but it's on any previously recorded video. So that's something that if you'd like to help support the channel, support these shows, because these shows run on donations and viewer support like yours. So thank you so much for all of your support. So let's see. This is the Van Halen show, and we've got some cool stuff. Let's just jump right into it. Let's jump right into this. Van Halen News Desk has a story talking about what are the 10 best Van Halen deep cuts. Only 10? That's like that ice cream sandwich I ate yesterday. They were one of the 10 best, apparently. If you guys saw yesterday's video, it was pretty fun. If you guys were there, you guys know. But hey, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. What are the 10 best Van Halen deep cuts? And I want to see your comments in the chat as well with what you guys think. What you guys think are some of the 10 best. Well, hey, let's read some names here. Let's do that. Music Therapy Laz is here. Tim Thomas, Symmetry, Joe Hervey, Majestic PB&J Cat, part of the 5150 crew over on Twitch, GTA Nightly, Gary Housley. I have the same. You do? This one here? EVH Gear, man. It's the only way. Awesome, man. I think it's possible I got this one at the NAMM show. Every year I go to NAMM and I go to the EVH booth, and they have this like bag of like swag and stuff, and it's like the shirt and like little pins and picks and all kinds of cool stuff. Very cool. We got Facebook user. Hey, welcome. Products. I have a feeling I know who that is. I have a feeling. And thank you so much for being here. Let's see, who else is here? We have Everybody Wants Some. You guys, check out Everybody Wants Some, the Van Halen tribute. Check them out. They're awesome. Eduardo Marino Porto is here, longtime viewer. Great to see you, man. Ned turns into a raccoon later. Magic. Let me see. Let me try it. Now he's clean. Well, now he's cleaning himself. So that was the trick I meant to do. It worked. Hey, Stephen Franklin, dude, Stephen Franklin, thank you, man. Thank you. See, the lights change. It's magic. And look at this. You get bonus content. You get a cat taking a bath. I mean, what's more adorable? Stephen Franklin, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Let's see. It's Wild Dollar. I knew it was you. Thank you so much for being here. We got Kai Matthews. We got everybody's here. Janice Lala. Again, Janice, thank you for the super thanks yesterday. Thank you so much. I'll be doing a lot more. I mean, I've been saying this for years. Well, actually, I was doing these videos years ago, and back then nobody cared. Now it seems like you guys actually dig it. I'll be doing more like live vlogging stuff, like going out. You know, I've been hitting up the guitar centers, doing live reviews of instruments and stuff. And, you know, showing you guys California. You know, I'll be going back down to LA. You know, I'll be showing you guys some really cool stuff down there. I'll be going to San Francisco, be going to, you know, maybe Vegas. Maybe I'll take you guys to Las Vegas. So join me right here on this channel. No more second channel for stuff. Everything is going to be right here from now on. Everything right here. Or Twitch. So make sure you follow me over there as well. So, hey, we got Metal Mayhem Rock. Good to see you. Good to see everybody today. We got a bunch of people here. Right on. Frank Corcoran is here. Good to see you, man. All right. Come on in, guys. Come on in. All right, let's do this. Check this out, you guys. Okay, let's talk about this. And again, in the chat, let's get some of your comments here. So we're talking about what are the 10 best Van Halen deep cuts. Now, if you guys are wondering what that is, basically it's like a song like on the second side, like 3 songs in that like nobody's really heard. That's kind of what a deep cut is. Now with Van Halen, they have every song is great. We all know this. But there's many Van Halen songs that a lot of casual fans have probably never heard. And I want to see some of those song titles in the chat. Let's see if any of you guys in the chat can tell us what are some deep cuts? Let's see if we can get some names here. Santa Cruz, there you are, man. And Santa Cruz, I was rewatching yesterday's show, and I saw how you were saying the reason your name is Santa Cruz is because you used to shop at that Sylvan Guitars. So right on, man. Keep it local. Support local music stores, definitely. All right, look at this. Awesome. We're getting some songs in here. Joe Hervey is saying Pound Cake is a deep cut. Well, technically Pound Cake was actually a single, so I don't know if that actually counts as a deep cut, but if it is, let's see. Everybody Wants Some is saying Light Up the Sky. Definitely. That's a great one. Let's see. Metal Mayhem is saying Full Bug. That's another great one. Gary is saying Drop Dead Legs. Mike Wood. Rumma Delight, number 1. Right on. We got Ice Cream Man by Kai Matthews. Metal Mayhem. As Is. Let's see. Joe Hervey is joking about Pound Cake being a deep cut. Well, okay. Yes. Where's the funnies? There we go. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it was a single. It was actually probably like a number 1 song for a while on the charts. But you know, it's still awesome. Facebook user still loves Panama. That's a great one. Again, that was a single, not really a deep cut, but Out of Love, R2R3 is talking about. Definitely. See, Out of Love again. That's a song you would never hear it on the radio. If you did, it'd be like at 3 a.m, you know, or it would be on like some like rock, you know, like a lot of times when radio stations would do like 3 in a row, you know, three for Tuesdays or Thursdays or whatever, and they would play, you know, they would do like Jump. Let's just take Van Halen. I mean, obviously, you know, they would play Jump. They would play maybe another hit or another top song, you know, Pound Cake, and then they would maybe throw in Out of Love again, you know, like a deep. That's what a deep cut is. Okay, so we're getting some names here. Again, Top of the World was a single, so that technically it's not a deep cut. Pleasure Dome definitely, I would say, was a deep cut. That wasn't a single, so that was one. Most Casual. See, again, deep cuts. We're talking about, if you guys are just tuning in, again, subscribe, smash that thumbs up, because if you like Van Halen, this is the place. If you like fun, this is the place you want to be. This is the channel. So smash that subscribe button. Let's see. Pleasure Dome definitely I would say was a deep cut. It wasn't released as a single as far as I can remember. So like I said, a deep cut, it's a track that's like buried on the album. Casual fans know, oh, Van Halen, Jump, oh, Panama, maybe Purdue Woman, because that actually was kind of a top on the singles charts. Let's see, what's another one? When It's Love, Dreams. Actually, we'll be talking about Dreams a little later. There's a story that goes along with the song Dreams today. Songs like that, songs that were either hits or singles, everybody, casual fans know about. Deep cuts, most casual fans, like Pleasure Dome, most casual fans wouldn't know that song. That's definitely, as Mike Wood is saying here, is a deep cut. So let's see, we got you guys. Mike Wood, awesome. Well, everyone knows and loves Once, so I think that's got to be taken off the list. Once was a single. But again, that could actually I think that could be considered both. Once was a single, but I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. I think Once could count as a deep cut. Unchained, definitely. I mean that's a fan favorite. But again, deep cuts really are fan favorites. Yeah, it once was a single. It's true. Well, I don't know if it was released as one, but there was a video. There was actually a music video for it. And it was back during the days of AOL, so the video was smaller than this. The video, you had to watch on a screen that big. It's true. the truth. I know my Van Halen, you guys. So okay, let's check this out. Okay, On Fire. Hey, Laz. Hey, man. Good to see you, as always. On Fire. That's another good one. Okay. All right. So let's see what the Van Halen news desk is saying about what are the 10 best Van Halen deep cuts. Let's see. There's an awesome photo there. Probably as low as hour. Yep. All right. So this is 10. So let's just assume this is going 10 to 1. Or it could be going 1 to 10. I don't know. Either way, this is 10 of possibly the best deep cuts. Let's see what you guys think in the chat. Okay, 5150. 5150. And we're getting phone calls. Let's take a call real quick. Let's see. How do I do this? Let's see. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Johnny, it's Kurt with a C.
Kurt with a C. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing?
I am awesome.
I'm back.
Thanks for coming back.
Anyway, let's let bygones be bygones.
Yes.
I just tuned in, so I don't know exactly who's been saying what, but how about Atomic Punk? Has that already been said?
I haven't seen it in the chat, and actually we haven't looked at the whole list yet, but I would say Atomic Punk is definitely would be considered a deep cut.
I can remember months ago I called in to you for something and we were talking about it. There's nothing else and it's not like that's my favorite song, not even my favorite Van Halen song. But that song does not sound like other songs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, so anyway. The thing is, for those of you, maybe, you got to assume casual fans are watching this show as well, learning about the mighty Van Halen. Yeah. Atomic Punk was off their first album, 1978, and Van Halen really, they worked really hard to get to even just to that point. They were playing the clubs like 5 nights a week, maybe 7 nights a week, playing cover tunes, playing, 5 hours a night, who knows whatever. They were writing songs, and when Ted Templeman, came in there and worked with them, they really worked up like what a lot of people consider like one of the best debut albums, ever. The first Van Halen album. And so to have, something like that, you had to have variety. You couldn't have like everything the same. Yeah. So Atomic Punk.
They weren't, as you're saying, they weren't. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it definitely had a, kind of, very different from Ice Cream Man, very different from You Really Got Me, even though those were covers.
Oh, I know.
Just the style, the way that they were played,
I was 12. I'm 56. How old are you, Johnny?
I usually say I'm 29. But let me say I'm over 40, under 50. I just gave you somewhere.
Okay. Again, I'm 56. So I was 12 when Van Halen 1 came out. So I was already into music for years. Yes. Kiss,
of course.
And Don't Laugh, Bay City Rollers, whatever.
I love all music. I love everything.
I do too. I don't care. I like Keith Urban and Brad Paisley and Peter Frampton. There you go.
Peter Frampton liked my response on TikTok the other day, so I'm pretty excited. Oh, whoops.
I've seen him live. He almost brought me to tears with just his guitar tone, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like when Van Halen 1 came out, it's like, okay, this doesn't sound like other things. And I'm sure that was with most people my age. Mm-hmm. But, and it was that way for a while. And, and then, there was Boston, which had cool, distorted guitar and blah, 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 blah. But the Van Halen thing, that loose, wild, we don't give a shit bar band, but better than bar band feel, it was just different. And it still is. So when I think of, even though I liked some of the Sammy stuff, when I think of Van Halen, I think of like the first 3 albums.
Right.
It's just different. It just is.
Right. Right. I mean, like you said, you were 12 when you bought the first, or when you first heard them or got into them. So obviously for you, you know, your Van Halen is the David Lee Roth era, is those first 6 records. Yeah. For me, my Van Halen was Van Hagar, was 5150, OU812, Carnal Knowledge. You know, but you know, by then, you know, after 5150, I went back and bought Van Halen 1, and then pretty much got caught up overnight. So I by the time,
it's funny too when you're talking about the first Sammy album, I was like, that was 80. Was that 86?
86.
Or
yes.
85.
86.
86. Okay, so I was 20, and I can remember it's coming out. And I can remember, this sounds so nerdy and geeky. I can remember where I was standing in our local mall outside of a music store the first time I heard the first note from that album.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just I don't even know if people do that nowadays. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're into music.
Stand outside malls?
It was just weird.
No, dude, I can tell you exactly where I was when I heard each song. I can tell you exactly when I first saw Van Halen. It was in a friend's house, running by in the living room. You know, we were skateboarding and riding bikes or whatever. You know, running to the bathroom or you know whatever, and running past the television set, and the Jump video was playing on the set. That was my first discovery of Van Halen, was seeing David Lee Roth in the Jump video, and then later seeing the Hot for Teacher video and thinking they were funny, thinking that stuff was hilarious. And
they did have comic shit, in their videos,
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and that's the thing. People nowadays with the YouTube, and I could name, if I told someone one band, one song, they could pull it up on YouTube, 7 different versions of live videos of it or studio within 2 seconds. Back then, you couldn't do that. You had to wait for it to come on the radio or MTV.
Right.
So it was a big deal.
Right.
Or by the CD, but you couldn't see them at will, you know.
No,
it was a bigger deal. I've told people younger, my nephews and stuff now. It's like you can see any band play any song within 2 seconds on YouTube. Back in the day, you had to wait for it, so it was a big deal.
Yeah. The radio. You'd have the cassette on record. You would call the radio station. You'd say, "Hey, can you play Van Halen? Can you play?" Well, I mean, they're playing Jump every 5 minutes anyway. But getting back to deep cuts, hey, can you play Drop Dead Legs? Which deep cut might be number 1 on this list. I don't know. I haven't even looked at it yet. But you would hit record on the tape. You'd put pause, and then you would wait. And then if you were good, like you know, I'll admit it. I got to be pretty good at unpausing or hitting record or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, right? You know, because there's a rhythm, there's timing. We actually start on time today, believe it or not, for the first time in years. Whoops. But you know,
the other day. I stumbled across a cassette that's what you're talking about from like 1989.
Yeah.
Where I was doing the same thing. Had a cassette with the radio on.
Yep.
And when a good song and it was Faster Pussycats. What's that one about their dad doesn't come home, or it's some sad Faster Pussycat song, House of Pain or something like that.
Okay.
And it's on there, and I remember recording that off the radio because when it came on, I hit record.
Yeah.
So it was just kids nowadays don't even know what the hell we're talking about.
No, they have no idea.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
I'm getting kind of long-winded here, but yeah,
well,
there's
fine because we have to kill time.
Van Halen cuts. Mean Streets is another one that's barely a deep cut, but still. There's
yes.
some Van Halen deep cuts that are insane.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them. And we haven't even gotten to the list yet. There's a whole list of 10 of them we haven't even seen. What do you think? Let's get a guess from you. Kurt with a C we're talking to.
Yes.
What do you think the number one deep cut is on this list? What do you think?
Just period? Their whole catalog?
Yes. It's tough.
For me, or what do you think the number one is going to be?
Both.
Okay, for me, it's Atomic Punk.
Okay, for you.
What I think is going to be on the list, I think the viewers are going to be 15 years younger than me, so it's going to be like I'll go with Drop Dead Legs.
Okay, we're going to remember that.
But by the way, that one dude earlier, just before I called in, and I can't even remember the name of the song, but off of Van Halen 3, or some Dome, was it?
Oh, Pleasure Dome?
The Dome song.
Pleasure Dome.
That's a killer song.
Yeah.
And wasn't that off of Van Halen 3?
No, Pleasure Dome was off of For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, 1991.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The other song, Once, was off Van Halen 3.
Okay. There was another one off of Van Halen 3 that I can't think of the name of, and it was killer. It wouldn't have mattered who the singer was. It could have been goddamn Taylor Swift, and it was a killer song.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of the name of it right now. That it's a shame that album just gets thrown away. You know what I mean? Because there was some good stuff on it.
Yeah.
And Gary Sharon sounded like Sammy Hagar, if you wanted my 2 bits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he kind of did. Yeah. That was great. Great record.
Okay. I'll let you get back to it, Johnny.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Kurt with a C.
Okay. See you, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys. All right. Let's get to we haven't even gotten to this list yet. Let's check this out. Okay. All right. If you're just tuning in, smash that subscribe button and that thumbs up. Okay. All right. So this is the top 10 deep cuts. All right. I'm going to assume this is at number 10. I'm just going to assume. I guess. I don't know. 5150. The title track from the 5150 album is among the most underrated Van Halen songs of them all. While it was the hit singles, Why Can't This Be Love, Dreams, and Love Walks In from the album, they got plenty of love from the mainstream audience. It was this track that Eddie fans were praising from the moment they set ears on it. So there you go. 5150, definitely a Stephen Franklin saying not a deep cut, I think, if you're talking about this. Again, let me know what you guys think in the chat, but I think this is going from 10 to 1. Let's just assume that's what's going on. So we got 5150, great song. They did a great live version of that, especially on Live Without a Net, the 1986/1987 home video that a lot of us grew up on. A lot of us learned how to play the guitar from watching that tape over and over and over. So awesome track. So 5150, there you go. All right, next one, Aftershock. Van Halen's 1995 album Balance is often overlooked, which is unfortunate since this deep cut from the album is packed with some serious power. Alex Van Halen is an absolute monster on this track, and Eddie's solo comes in like a rainbow blasting through the clouds. Aftershock. Aftershock, another great song. Again, a fan favorite. They actually played, again, this song was not, it wasn't a single. as far as I can remember. But they did play it live on the Jon Stewart show back in 1995 when they were promoting the album. They did. There is a live version of this that you can get from TV. Great song. All right, As Is. Okay, here we are getting into the more recent. As Is, this one from 2012's A Different Kind of Truth album. Just flat out nasty. Alex's thunderous open leads is into one hell of a ride, courtesy of one Edward Van Halen. Dude is all over this track, just like Dave says. A little more volume in the headphones, please. There you go. As Is, another great song. Again, deep cut. And this is more recent. This is from the album from 2012, 10 years ago. Which still, it's unbelievable to think that was 10 years ago. That's crazy how time is just flying by. But As Is another one, and yeah, I'm not sure if these are actually in order. Maybe we should have read this. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's actually read this. Okay. So there was a website. Of the 131 songs in Van Halen's catalog, 56 of them were released as singles. That leaves another 75 songs that can be referred to as album tracks or deep cuts. Just recently, Metal Injection's Andrew, how do you pronounce his name? Andrew says posted his own 10 best list of deep cuts. Okay, so this is his list. Okay, so this is a list of Andrew from Metal Injection, the website, which includes the. I think we just. Oh wait. Okay, I don't think this is Andrew's list. This, if you had to come up with your 10 best deep cuts list for your own. Okay, I mean, these might be just some songs to choose from, I guess. So I don't think this is Andrew's list. This is just some songs to choose from. Okay, so we had As Is, AFU, Naturally Wired. That's a great one. Yeah, I don't think these songs are actually in order. I think this is just a list of some songs, some great ones that maybe the casual fans can check out if they're not familiar. AFU, of course, from 1988's OU 812, and Van Halen super nerds like myself can say we heard that song way back when it was actually on a movie called The Wildlife. There actually is there's a party scene at the end of the film where there's music. The music in the background is AFU. Edward had used it for the movie before 0812. So let's see what they're saying. Going to the 0812 album for a track where Alex is simply killing it. Listen to him work those cymbals. And Sammy and Eddie riding that high note together just before the solo. All fired up indeed. Yeah, right before the guitar solo, Eddie's doing some real high stuff on the guitar, and Sammy's singing along. Hey, Bozique, welcome, man. Welcome. Kevin Bibbs is watching us from Facebook. Crossing Over is one of my favorites. Right on, man. That's a great one. And actually, that song, that's off. Technically, that's off the Japanese version of Balance. But that was a B-side to Can't Stop Loving You. So it was technically that it was released, but at the same time, only I think real diehard fans even know about that song. Great song. Bozique, welcome, man. So yeah, AFU, another great song. I've always loved the intro for that. I think they're actually talking about it here. The drums, the drum part, and then just everything. Like I was just telling Kurt with a C, 0812, was my Van Halen when I was growing up. It was the first Van Halen record I bought that was totally brand new. I bought 5150 first, but that record was probably out for a little while when I bought it, but the first Van Halen record to actually come out that I stumbled upon was 0812. And I listened to it every day, all the time. Great record. And I know a lot of people complain, like, the mix doesn't sound good, or it's not a great sounding record. I've never had a problem with it. I've never had a problem with the sound of the album. I will admit that the vinyl is pretty thin sounding. Very thin. But as far as the CD, I've always loved it. I've never had an issue with it. But, 0812 came out in 1988, which at the time, pop, the pop scene was really starting to get a lot of mainstream stuff. So I really consider 0812 being like a pop, I wouldn't say a pop record, but like a pop production, I would say. Which is why it has the kind of the thinner, more brighter sound. Which is the total opposite now these days. When you think pop now, it's like very, very bass heavy, and it's all about the bass. No treble. I mean, that's pop today, which I love, by the way. So let's keep going. So again, if you're just tuning in, we're checking out some 10 not B-sides. What do you call it? Deep tracks or deep cuts. Take Your Whiskey Home off 1980's Women and Children First. That's another great one. A song that they actually were doing, I think, in the clubs back before they even got signed. There actually is an early version of Take Your Whiskey Home. There's an early demo of it from way before the first record. You guys can actually check that out. And why are they hiding this comment? Let's see. Kevin Bethel, welcome, man. Oh, because you said the F word. Okay, there you go. All right. I there it is. Let's see. Take Your Whiskey Home. Let's see. They're saying a criminally overlooked gem from the Van Halen catalog. Daily Roth's voice is the perfect fit for this ode to drinking. Raising a shot glass in the air for this one. Take Your Whiskey Home. Another great song. Again, a fan favorite. I remember doing I had a paper route. And I remember a lot of times delivering these papers and having a Walkman with me, a CD Walkman and headphones, and listening to Women and Children First. I listened to this record all the time back in the day. I mean, I kind of say now it's one of my favorites. And I really see this album as being like, as far as the production, aside from a lot of the reverb, I mean, it's a pretty timeless production. Again, there's a lot of reverb on it, but aside from that, it's pretty dry, and there's nothing to me. Let me know in the chat or in the comments down below on playback what you think. I really thought Women and Children First was really, there was nothing that really dated the record, aside from the date on the back, and maybe the outfits they're wearing. Maybe, I don't know, but. I really thought and still think it's really the production still. There's nothing that really dates the album. But great album, awesome. I mean, Take Your Whiskey Home, a great track. And if you're just tuning in, we're checking out a list of here's a good one. Look out, list of some 10 awesome deep cuts. Judgment Day off For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. The day has cometh for the deep track from the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge album. Finally get its day in the sun. A song that has gotten better and better with each passing year. I liked it when I first heard it back in 1991. Loved it as the years went on. Can't go more than a few days without listening to it at an extremely high volume. That's the person that wrote this article mentioning that. And yeah, another great song, Judgment Day. I mean, it's Van Halen. It's, kind of like what Kurt with a C was saying earlier when you heard, I think it was Atomic Punk that he was talking about. When he heard that, it was very different, heavy. Judgment Day, very, very heavy. And when it gets right into that chorus, you know exactly who it is because of those background vocals. You know exactly. I mean, you totally hear Michael Anthony on those background vocals, and you're like, "Yep, that's Van Halen." It's just awesome, and it's just amazing that we are even around to experience, this great stuff. Because we could all be born 100 years from now and have no idea who Van Halen even is. Although Ed Van Halen will still be known as the greatest of all time ever, and that is the truth. Let's see, where are we at on the song list? Music Therapy Laz, we're looking at Laz, are you familiar with Carnal Knowledge? Do you know that one? Have you heard the song Judgment Day? If not, you got to check it out. Got to check this one out, man. You'll be getting pickles or tickles jumping around. Another great song. All right, let's keep going. Light Up the Sky, Look Out. Off 1979's Van Halen 2. Another great song. So glad the band chose this song to open the 2015 tour, which again, that was amazing. That was incredible to see Van Halen play that song again, especially if you hadn't seen them since 79, maybe 80. I think 79. I don't know if they played the song ever again after that. Definitely 79 they played it. 80 maybe. 81 possibly, but I'm not sure. But we never saw it. We never saw it as far as when Dave came back in 2000. Was it 2007? The 2007, 2008, 2012 tours. It was 2015 where we got to see Van Halen play Light Up the Sky. And for the first time for a lot of us fans. So it says here, Light Up the Sky. So glad the band chose this song to open the 2015 tour. Taken from 1979's Van Halen 2. This includes one of Dave Lee Roth's baddest lyrics, as in bad, as in awesome. We're all fast breakers coming out of the gates, taking chances. We're the crash and burn is the lyric. He sings it really fast. Let's see. Old school Van Halen. They were young, they were hungry, and were about to destroy the competition in the years to come, which they did. Although I never compared Van Halen. I didn't think there ever was any competition when it came to Van Halen. There was Van Halen and there was everybody else. I mean, that's how I always looked at it. Those other bands, Def Leppard, awesome. Whoever else was around back then. But for me, it was always Van Halen, and then there was other great stuff, but Van Halen was always priority. Van Halen was always number one. Always. And that included Sammy Hagar. Definitely. All right, here we go. Women in Love. Oh, we got two from Van Halen 2 here. Look at this. Women in Love. Another great song. Let's see. Dipping deeper into the band's second album for what is as close to a ballad as we can get from the Dave years. And hang on one second. No. All right, let's see. Dipping deeper into the band's second album for what is as close to a ballad as we'll get from the Dave years. Eddie's opening is simply stunning. And listen to those Michael Anthony, Eddie Van Halen harmonies. I mean, that's what I was just talking about. talking about, Judgment, when that chorus comes in on Judgment Day, those harmonies, the Michael Anthony, Eddie Van Halen. Well, I think Alex also did background vocals on the albums. Sammy did as well. And they actually had other people, like Steve Lukather actually did background vocals on Top of the World. Believe that. Let's see. Gets the goosebumps bumping every time. Women in Love, definitely another deep track. And this really was a ballad. Really was a ballad for the Roth years. Let's keep going. I'm the One from Van Halen, 1978's Van Halen 1. So many iconic songs that make up Van Halen's 78 debut album, yet there are a few songs from the album that you don't hear enough about. Case in point, this boogie rocker that promises to aggravate you as much as it will entertain you. Boppity shoobity wah. Boppity shoobity wah. There you go. I'm the One. Another amazing track, deep cut, one that most casual fans probably have never heard. I would bet, and that's a shame because it is a great song, and it's one of those tougher tunes. Like there's a lot of Van Halen tribute bands out there, and you rarely hear any of them get the guitar down for I'm the One. I mean, there's just something. There's a groove there that's very unique and very Edward, and I've yet to hear anybody play it like the great one. But an amazing song, and I'm the One kills to this day. G. Butchnoff is saying that it does, it jams. That's right. It's the swing. That's something that Eddie had that nobody else had. Nobody can copy. You can't copy that. It's inside you. It's something that you can't learn it. Cannot be learned. So there you go. I'm the One. Another amazing song. I mean, these are all amazing songs, but Romeo Delight. Okay, one of my personal favorites. One of my personal favorites from Women, Children First, from the Dave era, from Van Halen. This could very well be my number one Van Halen deep track. Okay, the guy that wrote this article. So this might be number one. So these might be in order, I guess. That might be the number one. Although I have a feeling we're going to keep going because there's a lot of songs they didn't mention yet. Although we were doing like 10 songs, right? I think this could very well be my number one Van Halen deep track, and clearly a favorite of Wolfgang's, since he was influential in adding it to the band's playlist when Dave Lee Roth returned to the band for the tour in 2007. The stop and start throughout, the pulsating bass line from Michael Anthony, and that classic breakdown at the middle. Feel my heartbeat. Yeah, it's beating real fast. Awesomes. I love this song, Romeo Delight. I'm a huge fan of this tune. And even though I didn't write this and say this could be one of my favorites, I could say this could be one of my favorites. Definitely, Romeo Delight. Again, let me know in the chat or down below on playback some of your favorites. So would this be number one? Would this in order? This was in order. Okay. All right, so these were in order for the person that wrote this article. So, number one. But man, there was a lot of songs I didn't even see on this list that actually, if we go down, there'll be some comments down here. And they'll actually all just be complaining. Oh, hey, look at that. Vegatram. By the way, Vegatram will be appearing here on the channel in the very near future. We'll be doing a show. So, Laz, you got to join us, man. We'll be talking to Vegatram. I was talking with them earlier today. But hey, it's just so funny that their ad is right here. All right. Do we want to look at some of these? Let's look at some of these comments. Let's look at these. Romeo Delight in a simple rhyme, full bug, get up, could this be magic? Okay, there's some songs there. All right, somebody is saying, Flo from Progressive is saying, Unchained. So this is Love, of course. Let's see. A lot of times these guys they just fight and complain about stuff in these comments. Van Halen fans are pretty wild. Cheese Booger is saying House of Pain, get up, Bullet Head. I could never pronounce that song, the one about dinosaurs. Secrets, Pleasure Dome, One Foot Out the Door, Mine All Mine, Take Your Whiskey Home, On Fire, Women in Love. That's Why I Love You. Another song. And hey, are we gonna let's try this. Let's take a call here really quickly. Let's see. How do we do this? Let's see. Hello?
Yeah, hi Johnny. How you doing? It's Buzzy.
Bazik, how you doing, man?
Good. Just wanted to make a couple quick points about these Van Halen deep cuts, and then I want to make a quick point about B-sides in general.
Okay.
For me, you were talking earlier, OU812 was your first Van Halen record. I think I had mentioned before, a couple months ago, I'd called.
0812 was the first one I bought. Like, I went to the store and like discovered it, not knowing. 5150 was my first record, but 0812 was like the first one that came out where it's like I was there, like for all the like you go to the record stores and they were like the huge displays, like 0812 everywhere, you know. That was the first one for me.
And you finally were old enough to have some pocket change, so you went and bought.
Yeah, I had to buy a CD player. My first CD was 0812, and I had to go out and buy a CD player just so I can listen to it on CD and hear the bonus track off the CD that wasn't on the cassette.
Yep. For me though, it was. I think I mentioned before, it was the early '90s. Somebody at school gave me a copy of For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Then I ended up subsequently buying the live album. And then, working summer jobs, I finally had money. And then I went back, every week I would buy another album from the Van Halen catalog on CD or tape, whatever I could afford at the record store. And I remember OU812, I loved it at the time because, I liked Finish What You Started.
Mm-hmm.
Sucker and the Three Piece is great. Black and Blue is great. And again, those are B-side type of tunes, a couple of them. I mean, Finish What You Started was a hit, obviously, but for me, it's when I look back on that, I didn't realize at the time how poppy that record was. I mean, that's really a pop album with a couple of hard rocking tunes on it, like you were mentioning, All Fired Up.
OU812 really is a pop record. I mean, it's the pop production. Yeah. I mean, most of the songs on there, they're pop. That's what they are. But it's still Van Halen. Van Halen could do anything, and it still sounded like them. I mean, that's the mark of a truly great band.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, for me, it's like, it was kind of eclectic, especially when they're doing like an old blues song, like Apolitical Blues and all this different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to every other song on that record, and it wasn't like, okay, we got 8 tracks that are exactly the same or really similar, and then we got 3 outliers. Every single track on that record was different in its own way. And like you could tell that a lot of thought went into that. The production of that record. To me, if I wasn't such a hard rocker, that would be my favorite Hagar era record. And even though I like Balance, or even though I like 5150, even though I like For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, I always come back and be like, damn, OU812 is really good though. You have a hard time deciding sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
great.
Before I get off the air, I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to make just a quick point about B-sides generally, because we were talking the other day, about like the Motley Crue tour and all that, and how Vince Neil doesn't remember his own songs.
By the way, I was going to mention something about that. Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see? Bret Michaels was hospitalized in Nashville. They were playing. Was it last night? Like he had some sort of reaction to it. He's on medication because he has diabetes. He has all kinds of
diabetes, right?
He's diabetic. I think he had some sort of a heart problem or something, and he actually had to be taken to the hospital. So they either canceled their appearance in Nashville, which was just a couple nights ago. A friend of mine actually went to that.
Best wishes for a speedy recovery, but the way that's going, I mean, these guys might not even make it. I mean, like the Motley Crue guys look like they're falling apart. And again, like with Vince not being able to do his songs, I mean, I look at like an artist who might get a B-side. Like I was watching video clips on YouTube of Joe Bonamassa's "Keeping the Blues Alive" cruise a while back, right? And one of the female artists on the show was like, well, somebody requested a song that I haven't done in 8 years, so I went back and learned it just to perform it today because I haven't played it in 8 years. I don't give an artist any crap when if the song's a B-side and they might have played it on one tour and then they never played it again, as far as not knowing, especially if you've done like 100 songs in your career. But when you're Vince Neil and you can't remember the hits, that's just bad, man. I mean, that's a serious issue, especially when you're charging people good money. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I'll get back in the chat. I'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Thank you for calling, man.
Yep.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah. I was going to mention that. I totally. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. Bret Michaels was taken to the hospital at the Nashville stop, which was possibly last night. It was either yesterday or the day before. Like I said, a friend of mine went to that show, and I saw a bunch of stuff on Facebook about it, and then I had heard that he was he had to go to the hospital. So it looked like they didn't play or they played and then he went or something. But yeah, G. Butchnoff says he saw it. His diabetes meds messed him up a little bit. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, that's not good. So speedy recovery, Bret Michaels, and all our best to everybody associated with the tour. Let's see, Music Therapy Lab. Let's read some comments here. Again, smash that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. If you like Van Halen, we talk Van Halen every Friday here on Johnny Beane TV. We do daily shows here. And so subscribe to the channel. Oh, there we go. All right, Music Therapy Laz is saying, feels so good. Not really a deep cut, but I love the keyboard stuff. Again, Laz, Feels So Good was a single. There actually was a music video for that song, and that is where we got to see the Frankenstein with a Kramer guitar neck on it and be like, whoa, that's amazing. I remember waking up. Well, not waking up. I remember I woke up one time, and I was getting ready to go to school, and I turned on MTV, and that video was playing, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's this? I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. And look at this. We're getting more phone calls. Let's take another call here. How do we do this? There we go. Hello. You're on the air again.
It's Peter Frampton with a C.
Peter Frampton with a C is on the phone.
Yes.
What's up, man?
You're still talking about Van Halen deep cuts.
Of course.
Has anyone mentioned that Sucker in the three-piece?
I don't think so. But hey, Aljon Go. Hey, great to see you, man. Thanks for watching. And hey, dude, Let's do a show, man. Let's do a show. Let's see. Sucker in a 3-piece. I didn't see.
Win, that's insane.
I don't remember seeing it on that list, and I don't know if I've seen it in the chat here, but yeah, that's another great one. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Awesome.
You never hear many. I think I saw someone mention it a while back somewhere, but you don't hear much about it. But it's killer. It's got cool lyrics and a killer solo. You know, it just gets overlooked.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great one, man. Again, going back to 0812, going back to my, when I was first getting into this stuff, my Van Halen was that era.
That was 88, right?
Yeah.
I think that was 88, yeah.
88.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, I'm out.
All right.
Good show, Johnny.
All right, thank you, man.
Okay, bye.
Look at this. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking deep cuts from Van Halen. Aljon, hey, Spanked. Let's see, Spanked. Yeah, that wasn't a single, as far as I can remember. But that was a song that they played live, and Eddie played a double neck Music Man guitar and bass, like baritone bass, and they played it live, but he had to use a cable. Actually, he used a wireless, and then it didn't really react really well to the wireless, so he had to start using a cable, and then they ended up just dropping the song from the live set because it became too much of a hassle to play the song, bring out the huge double neck and the chord and stuff. But there's some amazing footage of Van Halen playing in, is it Atlanta, Georgia? I think when their first stop on the tour. I want to say August 16th, 1991, Atlanta. I want to say is when that was, and there's some footage on MTV of them live, and they're playing that song. They're playing Spanked, and it sounds amazing because they're right up on right in front of Edward. And thank you, G. Yeah, Atlanta, and he's playing that baritone, and it's just heavy. It's dun, 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 dun. I mean, it's just heavy. It's awesome. It's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I was jamming to the riff for Spank the other day. Cool, very cool. Definitely. Yeah, that's really the only bass riff I can play. So when I play a bass, that's what I play. I play Spanked. So yeah. Aljon, yeah, you should be in here, man. We'll do one of these very, very soon. Let's see. What else? Okay, we were looking at this list. Some of this is some of the same. A lot of these lists. Girl Gone Bad, people are mentioning. Another song. Top Jimmy is one that I would think would be on there. Top Jimmy. I mean, I don't remember seeing it. And actually, I'm not even seeing it in any of these lists of any of these other comments. I would think Top Jimmy would definitely be a deep cut. Big Fat Money. Stephen Franklin is saying, yep, that's a good one. That's a good one as well. Let's see. G. Butchnoff. The only two songs they didn't play in Fresno were Spanked and Man on a Mission. G, were you there? Were you at that show? They played didn't they play 2 nights in Fresno? I'm thinking they did. I wasn't here. I wasn't there. I was not there, but I would think you were. Okay. You was. They had 2 of them. Okay, that's what I thought. For some reason, I'm thinking, yeah, they did 2 nights. And you were there, and you're saying they did not play. Where was that? I just missed it. They did not play Spanked or Man on a Mission. Interesting. In the live right here in the video, the songs they added were filmed at the cow. Is that true? That's pretty cool. Yeah, because I was going to say, those songs are in the video, but you're saying those were filmed at the Cow Palace. Okay. That's interesting, man. Right on. Aljon, do you remember the Van Halen 3 live special on MTV where Gary forgot the lyrics? The live at the 10 spot? The song that was from, I want to say, Australia? Was it that one? I remember watching that when Van Halen 3 came out. Like I tell you guys this stuff. Van Halen 3, when I hear a lot of people, they kind of, a lot of people, they fans, there wasn't a favorite. I mean, I love it. I've always considered it Edward's solo album. And for me, it has Van Halen 3 is very special to me because that's when I was working with and living with Desmond Child, hit songwriter for Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Kiss, all that stuff. And so when I was, working with Desmond, Van Halen 3 had just come out. So I remember watching that special, that live at the 10 spot special. I remember watching that at Desmond's house and getting to see the new Van Halen, from there. Although I didn't get to see them on tour because I was on tour myself that year, so I did not get to see them. But I did get to see actually Stephen Franklin. Funny you mentioned that. I remember one of our in between rehearsing because we played a lot of shows back then. And one of the days off, or maybe after rehearsal, I went and saw the Lethal Weapon movie. Just because it was Lethal Weapon, I went and saw it in Miami Beach, not knowing Van Halen was in it, or the song, Fire in the Hole. And then I was really pleasantly surprised to see that, to hear that. And then there actually is a music video to that song as well, which is pretty cool. Van Halen. Let's see. Desmond is a genius. One of my all-time favorite songs. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, I lived with Desmond. I lived in his house. He was my manager, my producer for a time. And I talk every once in a while on the channel here. I talk about those times. It was a circus, man. It was every day. You never knew he would show up at the door. We'd get phone calls from John Bon Jovi, Heather Lockley, all these people just would call him up. And, this was, I was there when they were writing Livin' La Vida Loca with Ricky Martin. So I would actually buzz Ricky into the house. I would let him in. And I was there I wasn't actually there when they were writing the song, but I would let him in and they would songwrite Desmond at the piano. And that's what they came up with. And that was pretty big tune. So yeah, awesome stuff. All right. Well, let's keep going here. Let's see. We've got some more news here. So if you're just tuning in, we just talked about some of the top. Well, according to the Van Halen News Desk, according to another website, some of the top 10 deep cuts of Van Halen. And again, drop on playback. Drop some comments below. Let us know some of your favorites. And hey, we're gonna look at this website again. Somebody left a comment. I run an Instagram called EVH Gear Live, and it's my EVH Van Halen tribute page. And somebody left a comment on there the other day, and they were asking, I get a lot of comments and stuff, and I appreciate all of you guys. And somebody was saying, what were they saying? How do you get Eddie Van Halen's 5150 tone as far as guitar tone? And basically what I was telling them was, it's it's a lot of chorus, a lot of chorus and delay. That's kind of when he started using the he wasn't using the flanger really anymore. He wasn't really using the phase 90 anymore like he was back in the earlier days. Symmetry channel member here for 7 months. Thank you, man. Mid-gain package. Happy Canada Day to all the knuckleheads. Cheers, hosers. Thank you, Symmetry. Thank you, Symmetry, man. And I will be seeing you later over on Twitch when we play GTA. We actually have what we call the 5150 crew over on Twitch. Join us. We play over there pretty much every night. And you can subscribe for free to my Twitch channel using Amazon Prime. It's free. It's free. And it's awesome. And you can talk with us in the Discord. We have a great time. I'm on Twitch, Mike Wood. You know that. You're in the chat. And yeah, I like Van Halen. It's true. That's true as well. And yes, I do play the guitar. See? They live in the Guitar Moire. Which, by the way, any super chats will change the colors. Any questions or comments? I know, man. I know. See, this guy, I know this dude in real life. A lot of people like to troll and mess with me. This guy can troll all he wants because I actually know this dude. This guy's awesome. Mike Wood. Great to see you, man. And dude, we gotta do another show, man. Definitely. And catch up. I mean, we're local. We can actually hang out. You have too many guitars. Let me know if you need to take a couple off your hands. Okay. All right, I'll let you know. Yeah. Mike Wood gets the troll pass, everybody. You're welcome, man. I took you to the movies, man. Remember when I was on that Huffington Post live show talking to Andy Summers, and they gave me free tickets to this movie? You were the only one that wanted to go. You're the only one that wanted to go. So, whoa. Look at that. Magic. Told you guys, it's magic. And you'll only see it right here on Johnny Beane TV. That was our first date. Told you not to tell anybody. Bozique, thank you so much. Again, great talking to you, man. If you got money, get a reissue Marshall Plexi and a Variac along with Echoplex and a chorus. A little bit of loot. Get a 5150 amp, a good delay, and a chorus, no money. Oh, okay. These are sentences. Okay. That ice cream paragraph I read in the window yesterday totally messed me up because there was no paragraphs. It was just like a run-on sentence. If you got money, get a reissue Marshall Plexi and a Variac along with an Echoplex and a chorus. If you have a little bit of money, get a 5150 amp, a good delay, and a chorus. If you have no money at all, get a Boss Katana or a THR 10X. That sounds pretty good, man. That sounds pretty good. And Bozique is talking about the 5150 tone. So if you're out there watching, if you're the one that was asking about Van Halen 5150 tone, that's a very good explanation right there. Thank you again, Bozique, and thank you for all your continued support, man. You rock, man. A lot of years. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very good. Yeah, and the THR10, those are awesome amplifiers. I have one here. I use it all the time. Thank you again to Michael Smith. He gifted me that amplifier. Let's see, what were we talking about? I tried to get the dudes from Stung. We tried to get what's his name? Actually, speaking of Van Halen, the dude from Stung plays Michael Anthony in the Bay Area tribute, Hot for Teacher. What's his name? Brooks Lundy. He plays Sting in a police tribute act out here in the Bay Area called Stung. He plays the Michael Anthony part in the Bay Area tribute Hot for Teacher, which is a long-time tribute. Awesome dudes. They play the NAMM show every year at the Hilton. And Eddie Van Halen, this is a true story. You guys, nobody knows this. I was actually there at watching the show with a friend of mine, and I said, I'm like, that's my buddy. And they took a picture and texted it to Eddie, and Eddie saw it. So Brooks, if you're watching this, Eddie saw a picture of you as Michael Anthony in Hot for Teacher back some years back. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. But yeah, Mike Wood, we got to hang out, man. We got to hang out. Yes. Aljon, go. Yeah. Check out Epiphones. Check out the Kramers. Check out all the new Kramer stuff. And Aljon will be here. We'll be talking all this stuff very, very soon. We gotta set that up. It'll be awesome. Mike Wood, but didn't we first meet at the Van Halen show Shoreline 2012? I remember hanging with you there for a bit. Yes, I believe we did. I believe we did meet 2012 or no, 2015? I don't know. There's actually live footage on my channel here of us hanging out before the show. I was live on Periscope, and I ended up uploading it to YouTube here. So if you search Van Halen, no, that wasn't Shoreline. I'm getting my Van Halen shows mixed up. Okay, if you're saying it was, that was, man. Yeah, I did meet you at Shoreline. We hung out at Shoreline, in between bands. Like there was the opening band, and then before Van Halen, I remember walking around the outside, and I ran into you. I remember that, man. And I took a selfie of some guy. I walked out of the bathroom, and I stopped and took a selfie with some guy walking out of the bathroom that looked like Sammy Hagar. And I'm like, look, I just saw Sammy Hagar at the show. And people thought that was funny. It really wasn't Sammy Hagar, though. But yeah, that was 2015. I remember that. That's right. That's right, man. Yep, we were looking at the shirts, all the merch stuff. You knew that camo jacket I'm on with. Yeah, every time I go to NAMM, to a show, the reason I wear this camouflage jacket, and there I am with the great Michael Anthony, the reason I wear that is because of the pockets. Because it has so many pockets, and I can carry my extra batteries for my charging, for my phone, for whatever it is. So that's the reason I wear that jacket. But I have several of them now. Thank you to a lot of you guys. You guys have sent me them. And they're awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Let's see. Okay, let's keep going. All right. So again, I got a comment recently. Hang on, I'm blurry. Got a comment asking about Van Halen 5150 tone. Thank you again, Bozique. But yeah, you know, it really wasn't distorted. It was more of like an overdriven sound. So more of like overdrive, light chorus, maybe some very light stereo delays if you have them. And there's your 5150 era sound. You know, he was actually using a harmonizer, but chorus you can mimic. You can mimic a lot of that stuff. But there's a website here. John BL and I were talking about this website a couple weeks ago on Saturday night, the weekly Saturday night show here on Johnny Beane TV. Well, actually, we'll be live tomorrow night, talking all types of awesome stuff. But we actually talked about this website a couple weeks ago, and I thought, oh man, we should definitely talk about this website on the main show. So we're going to take a look at this website for a few. And this is a great site. This is a great site. It's called Ground Guitar. And they actually feature a lot of players, but it goes really in depth about a lot of the gear for a lot of these players. And of course, the great Edward Van Halen. So we'll just kind of scroll through some of this and check it out. But it basically goes all the way back to like a lot of the like what's known as like what Eddie used, back in the day, like a Tisco Del Rey guitar. This was Eddie's first guitar. He initially bought a pair of drums, and I'm reading this from the website, when he came to the U.S., but when he was working around the neighborhood delivering papers to pay for the drum set, his brother Alex would sneak into his room and practice himself. So he would practice the drums, and we all know the story, how they switched instruments. And the legend. But there's a Tisco Del Rey, talks about it. Eddie got it for around $100 from Sears, had 4 pickups. Eddie thought, the more pickups, the better. And then, of course, he goes to playing main guitars with 1 pickup. All right, so here is some of Edward's gear, guitars. 1969 Gibson Les Paul Gold Top. And this is the actual receipt from buying the guitar. Right there. Awesome gold top with the humbucker and the bridge and a P90 in the neck. That's not the actual guitar there, but that's just a stock photo. I think there's probably a picture down here of the... No, there's not. Okay, there's not a picture. There are photos out there. 1958 Strats. So again, this isn't in order. I mean, that first guitar is, first couple, but the rest of these, they really just talk about guitars that Edward has used. He's used Strats. He used an Ibanez Flying V. He used a 1970s Ibanez Destroyer, which we all know. And we all know that Eddie borrowed an Ibanez Destroyer from Chris Holmes from the band Wasp to use on the classic Women and Children First, which again has some pretty good deep cuts, as we were talking about earlier in the show. Just amazing stuff. Let's see, Gibson ES335. Edward used. And just awesome. 1961 Fender Strat. All right, that's Edward right there. That's actually him, and that's showing the decal placed on the neck. Kind of an interesting spot for the decal, or decal, as our friend Steve Anderson says. Let's see. Let's keep going. Of course, the Frankenstrat. I mean, that's one of the most well-known guitars on the planet. As far as Edward Van Halen, that's one of the most well-known guitars he ever played, of course. The Frankenstrat, the Frankenstein. I mean, that was his main guitar for a lot of years. For all those classic Dave years, the first 6 albums. So, an amazing guitar, which, by the way, you can get a Stripe Series version of that nowadays, which I have. Again, thank you to You Know Who You Are. Amazing guitars. Okay, the Dragon Snake, which actually I saw a new picture. I was on Instagram. I think our friend, I think it was our friend Lewis from Fairfield Guitar Co. I think posted this. Let's see. I think Fairfield Guitar Co. Our buddy Lewis posted this picture. It was from a rare Italian magazine. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you the. I'll show you the picture, but the reason I bring this up. The reason I bring this up. Okay, there's the photo. Kind of a rare photo of Eddie right there. 1980, I believe. But look at this photo on the corner. That's a new shot to me for the dragon snake. Sitting there on the side of a table. Look at that. And by the way, our buddy Lewis from Fairfield Guitar Co., he was on with Music Therapy Laz and myself on Laz's channel last night. If you didn't see it, check it out. Head on over to Laz's Music Therapy Laz. Head on over to his channel. You can see that video. That was last night. But yeah, that's the guitar. The dragon biting the snake, which again, if you guys don't know, looks like a hotel. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Look at that. It's just sitting on like a side of like a dresser or something. Very cool picture. Oh yeah, last night's show was awesome, Laz. Very cool shot. Joshua, you made it. Welcome, man. But so there you go. There you go. That's an unearthed photo of that guitar. And yeah, if you want to check it out, head on over to our friend Fairfield Guitar Co. Head on over to his Instagram. It's right there. Cheers, everybody. A round of applause for our audience, everybody watching tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. You guys are awesome. Cheers. There we go. I'm gonna stand up for a little bit. I like to do these shows mostly standing if I can. If I can help it, because it's just better than just sitting. There we go. Okay, let's head back. Let's get back. The dragon snake, after becoming disappointed with the sound of his old destroyer, mostly due to the removal of a good portion of the body behind the bridge, Eddie wanted to make a new one for himself. So he went to Charvel, ordered parts that resembled an Ibanez destroyer, and assembled the guitar himself. Not long after that, he got bored of the guitar and sent it to a friend of his, Julian F. Sterry. I think the guy's name is John Sterry, who carved out the body to feature a dragon biting a snake. From that point on, the guitar became known as the Dragon Snake. So this is an actual picture of the guitar. This is like a more recent photo from like 2012-ish. 2013. I think 2014-ish. Right there. That's the actual guitar. And it was basically an Explorer. It was a Charvel Explorer that was carved into this. And if you look, the thing is, turn it sideways, and you can actually see, like, you can definitely see the snake at the very bottom of that, but you see a dragon biting into it. That's why it is called the Dragon Biting the Snake guitar, or Dragon Snake. So there you go. Very cool. Let's keep going. The Bumblebee, of course. The Bumblebee guitar. The guitar you saw on the back of Van Halen 2. That was a main guitar for a little while, and the guitar that is buried with Dimebag Darrell. I believe that was Darrell's favorite guitar. So there you go. There's Eddie on the back of actually, technically that's from the insert of Van Halen 2. Right there. And as we all know, that's just a dummy broken pickup that he stuck in the guitar to make it look like a functioning guitar when they did the photo session. That was like a Mighty Mite pickup. (1959) Gibson Les Paul Standard. Right there. That he bought around 1980. And he used it live during the 1980 tour. In the chat. In the chat. Everybody watching this in the chat. What song did Eddie use the Les Paul for live in 1980? Steve, dude, Thomas Santiago. Thank you, man. Thomas Santiago. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, man. Let's see. What was the question? What song did Eddie play this guitar live in 1980? In 1980, Edward played a Les Paul live. What song was it? What song? Somebody knows, and it's not Mean Street. Sorry, Jeebs. Or J-Beebs. J-Beebs? J-Beebs 1. It was not... Nope. It was not Running with the Devil. J-Beebs. Buzik. In 1980, Edward used a Les Paul live for one song. Sean Shreds. Hey, happy Friday, man. Sean, you know the song, right? Sean, what song did Edward play a Les Paul in 1980 live? Somebody knows. Sean. And happy Friday, Sean. Great to see you, man. You're going to have to come back on the show, dude. You're going to have to come back. It wasn't Fools. Let's see. I can actually... maybe this will help. You got it, Sean. You got it, man. Eddie Van Halen, 1980. There's got to be a photo of him playing it. Wait, images. Come on, you guys know it. Wait. Here we go. Oh, there it is. What song is he playing right there? Somebody has to know. What song is Edward using that Les Paul for? 1980. Now, you know, Eddie did use Les Pauls live in 78. That is true as well. But in 1980, he for one particular song, No. No. R2R3, thank you, man. R2R3 locking that. Member for 17 months. Channel member here on Johnny Beane TV. Cheers, Johnny. To all my peeps, you rock. R2R3 locking that. You rock, man. All right, give up. The song. What time is it? The song that Eddie played this guitar live in 1980 was And the Cradle Will Rock. And the Cradle Will Rock. Michael Anthony, as seen here with Johnny Beane, NAMM 20... I don't know when that was. 19? 18? 19? Somewhere like that. Michael Anthony would play... He would play the keyboard live. He would play the keyboard part live, and Eddie would use the Les Paul. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Actually, I did a video playing that years ago. But there you go. There you go. All right, let's keep going. We're going to keep going for a little while. So yeah, 59 Les Paul. Awesome guitars. Here we got the Charvel Sandoval Megazone. Right there. Also known as the Hydra. And actually, a good friend of ours, a guy by the name of Texas Joe, actually owns one of these. He owns one. I think the graphic is of a butterfly. Very cool guitars. And actually, Laz, that guitar strap that you have from Fairfield Guitar Co., that would go on that guitar. So if you are looking for a guitar to go with your World War II bomber strap from Fairfield Guitar Company, Lewis, that's the guitar you want. That's one of the guitars you want to put that on is the Megazone. Mm-hmm. There you go. And yeah, that's a guitar. You saw Eddie. You saw him. He did photo shoots with it. You never saw him play it live. We have yet to see any footage or photos of Eddie using that guitar live. I'm sure. I mean, they probably exist. R2, R3. I'm really trying to like that Megazone. I think it's cool. Yeah, if you look at it, it's a WC for Wayne Charvel. If you hold it sideways. Hold it like when you hold a guitar. Look at it straight ahead. That's the Wayne Charvel initials. Steve Anderson, dude, I was talking about you earlier, man. Were your ears burning, man? Steve Anderson. 36 thumbs up. Now we're up to 37 thumbs ups. Let's get some thumbs ups going, you guys. Steve Anderson, you rock, man. I think I was talking about you earlier. I think. Actually, we were talking about our friend Mike Wood was in the chat here, and he was saying how he saw me at a Van Halen concert, and he's like, I know that camo jacket anywhere. And I'm explaining how I would wear those jackets because of the pockets. And our buddy Steve Anderson here gifted me from the Van Halen store. It's actually a women's jacket, but that's okay. I'll wear anything. He gifted me an official Van Halen camo jacket, and I like I was telling you guys, I have a bunch of them. That's one of them. Actually, it's right behind that door. It's right there. Steve Anderson, thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. You guys, this is awesome. This is awesome. All right, so you got the Megazone, which again, you never saw Eddie ever play that live. I wouldn't be shocked if a photo pops out at some point of Eddie playing it live. I wouldn't be surprised, because back in the day, that's something you guys all gotta remember. You know, it's rare that you know, the bootlegs. You know, people would sneak tape recorders in, and you know, there's some really cool pro footage jumping out. You know, like Van Halen at that park in Italy with the dinosaurs and playing the snake guitar for a version of Fools, I think on Italian TV as well. And I wouldn't be shocked if there's some picture of Eddie playing that guitar live from back in the day. Maybe he used it for a song or two live. Back then, nobody would have thought it was a big deal. Because Van Halen, they were still a new band really back then, by 1980, 79. So, but for us nerds, Van Halen diehards, you know, that stuff is like, oh, it's amazing. Can't believe it. Back then, that stuff was, it was cool to people watching it, but it wasn't as legendary as it is now, if that makes sense. Or rare, if that makes sense. And hey, I said this the other day. Steve Anderson, I'm really sorry, man. Steve Anderson. Let's see. I'm really sorry. Your mom passed away, and I'm very sorry, man. Let's see. Let's get back into it. We got a few minutes. The Charvel Star. Another awesome guitar. Again, available from EVH. Although it is said that it's not a production guitar anymore. So you'd have to find one on eBay, Reverb. A lot of people like to hoard this stuff now, so you're really gonna have to get one. But awesome guitars. I've played them. I've played them all. I've been lucky enough where I've gotten to play everything they've put out. And more. Wink, wink. Amazing stuff. And this was some people think it was a backup guitar. It was actually kind of a main guitar on the 1980 tour. There is several photos out there and video of Eddie playing this guitar. So, I mean, it could be a backup, but, you know, I would say it's possible it was a main guitar for a little while. 1980 tour. The Charvel. The Charvel Star. Dan Electro neck. Amazing stuff. The Unchained / Rasta guitar. This is perhaps one of the less known guitars of Eddie's. It was seen around 1981, 1982. It originally started out as a black and white finish. See, it says black and white. It doesn't say midnight blue and white. I don't believe it was midnight blue at all, but I don't know. Some people say it's possible. It has become known as the Unchained guitar or the Bye See Ya Later guitar. Bye Later See Ya. Because Eddie would flip the guitar over and it had stickers on the back that said Bye Later See Ya. He would flip the guitar over at the end of the show. Because this would be like the last guitar he would play at the very end of the night. It was an encore guitar. So, again, very well known in the California, Oakland fair warning videos. And, of course, later on, the next year, actually, by 1982, by Diver Down, it was repainted. Oh, you got to click on read more to go to more detail. Oh, okay. Let's do that real quick and then let's go back. What? Tremolo fits cavity? Oh, the Vega Trem, of course. We love the Vega Trem. We love it. Oh, hang on a second. That's interesting. All right, here we go. We're back on the site. So yeah, you guys know. I got to reshare. You guys know the Unchained guitar turned into what's known as the let me grab a photo really quickly. Really quick. Eddie Van Halen. There we go. By 1980, this guitar was repainted. And again, we're talking about the Unchained. It was repainted into what is known as the Rasta. So it ended up looking like that by 82. And it is believed that Dweezil Zappa owns that guitar. Well, I mean, there was video of him playing it, so. Is that the actual one? Here's a cool photo. I had this. Actually, I still have this. There's a photo I got years ago. Cool photo from Diver Down. There he is playing the guitar right there. Very unique. Very unique finish on that guitar. Amazing stuff. Amazing. Let's see. Okay, let's keep going. The David Petulant little guitar. Eddie bought this guitar in 1981 from David Petulant, the guitar maker. Based on David's story, this happened in Nashville before a Van Halen concert. Based on tour dates, the band played the Nashville Municipal Auditorium on August 30th, 1981. According to David, he met Eddie while the band was waiting for a ride on the side of the street. Initially, David planned to go to the concert venue where the band was playing and present the guitar to Eddie, but he couldn't get past security. So, the story keeps going. I'm walking down the street and I spot Eddie and Alex and one of their crew sitting on some steps waiting for a ride. I walked up quickly, opening the case before I arrived to make sure I didn't get shooed away before he saw it. He saw it, and the vibe of the day changed quickly. He loved it and immediately took it out of the case and tried it. He hustled us over to the venue to run it through his rig, and there backstage, he bought that one and contacted me to make him another one. Oh, that's cool. I'd never heard that story before. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, that's the Les Paul that he played little guitars. The song "Little Guitars" was done with this guitar, and he had a couple of them. Had a couple of those. You got the Kramer double neck, the yellow guitar that was played on the song. Technically, it was played for the song "Cathedral and Secrets" at the US Festival in 1983. It was also used for Secrets for Diver Down. There's a photo right there playing that. And actually, it doesn't say it here. But that guitar was initially, it was built for guitar tech Tom Weber, who's a friend of mine. And Tom fixed one of my guitars. Thank you again, Tom, if you're watching this. He fixed one of my guitars for me. But that guitar was made for Tom. And Kramer ended up giving it to Eddie way back in the day. And then, all these years later, he would become Eddie's guitar tech. So pretty cool. Pretty wild stuff. That's right, R2. Yeah. All right. My favorite guitar ever is this one. My favorite guitar in the world is the Kramer 5150. Eddie started using this guitar as a main after retiring the Frankenstein somewhere in late 83. That's what it says right here. Although there is a photo of this guitar backstage at the US Festival. So Eddie did have the guitar. Eddie did have this guitar at the US Fest. It would have been cool if he would have played this one instead. My favorite guitar. I love it. Is that the real one? Kramer. Is that the real? I think that's a replica. Although it could be, it could be an earlier shot. Okay, either way, let me know in the comments down below what you think. But let's see. There's a quote. It's a workhorse. It served me for a very long time when I retired my Frankenstein. That became my main guitar. I played it in a lot of videos, Panama, When It's Love, and in the studio. I used that guitar up until I started using my Music Man EVH guitar. It still sounds great. Yeah. And there's photos that we would see in the 5150 studio of Eddie from the later years, and this guitar is still right there on the wall. So obviously he was still using it. Joshua, definitely get a 5150 series guitar. They're awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's my favorite guitar in the world. All right, here's the other David Pecholet guitar. Little guitars. Right there. You got the Steinberger. The GL2T. You have the 5150. Actually. Eddie started using this guitar around 1986. It was built by Jeff Babix at the time, who at the time worked with Ned Steinberger. The guitar was custom painted with the Frankenstein graphics and had two EMG pickups in it. A large part of why Eddie liked using the guitar was because of the trans-trem tremolo. This is a special type of tremolo that allows the player to change tuning in real time, which is true. I would love to. Actually, I did try one of these years ago, but a lot of years ago. But I didn't get to actually try it. Like whoa, you know. That would have been cool. One of these days, please. Rob Johnson, please. Is that Rob? I think that's actually Rob. This is Rob's video. Yeah, that's actually Rob. That's my buddy Rob Johnson of 20 years. My buddy Rob. Actually, over 20 years. Dude, wait a minute. We met in 1998. 24 years I've known Rob Johnson. Incredible. Wacky Whammy Bar Wednesday, he says. Okay. All right. So you got the 5150, which is this one here. There was another one that said OU812 on it, and it was a 12-string. So there was also a 12-string version of a GL2T that we actually never saw. I mean, you saw a picture of it, but you never actually saw Eddie play it. And Rob is the man. That's right, Laz. We all know that. You got the Music Man. I have one of these guitars. These things are awesome. Anticipating Kramer's bankruptcy after the company lost a lawsuit brought on by Floyd Rose, Eddie ended his deal with Kramer and switched to the Ernie Ball Music Man guitars. The company already produced EVH signature strings, excuse me, which is true. Kramer made the 5150 strings, and then Ernie Ball started making them. I still have sets of them. They'd been making the strings for a couple years, so a new deal with Ernie Ball made sense for Eddie. The new guitar was designed largely by Eddie in order to incorporate everything he needed from a guitar at the time. So here's a quote from Eddie. "I really want a guitar that I can play on tour and on the records. That's exactly what I want, not what other companies think I want. It's kind of a boring looking guitar, but at the same time, I didn't want some like V or X crazy looking thing. It's really balanced, really comfortable to play, and basically what I wanted to do was build like 20 guitars just for myself." That was a quote from Edward back in 1991 when those guitars came out. And of course, it's a basswood body, custom pickups. They originally come with Music Man Godot tremolos. Awesome guitars. Oh, and you got the Music Man. We were talking about this guitar earlier. You got the double neck. Eddie used the guitar while performing Spanked live in 1991, 1992, or during the time he used Music Man guitars. The top portion of the guitar served as a 6-string bass, while the bottom was a regular 6-string guitar. The bass side is what appeared to be a Dan Electro style lipstick pickups, while the bottom is the regular Z humbuckers. There you go. Very cool guitar. And if you guys were lucky enough to see Van Halen play Spanked live, that's the guitar that you saw. Most likely. I think he did have a red one on tour as well, which I've seen maybe a picture of him playing a red one live as well. But most likely, if you saw Van Halen in the Carnal Knowledge era playing that song early on in the tour, that's the guitar that you saw. Eddie also played a Parker Fly Deluxe. Eddie used this guitar to play Spanish Fly live in 1993. I can tell you exactly when and where that was because that was here in the Bay Area. That was at one of the Neil Young Bridge benefit shows, which I learned about that night on the news. And it's funny because the night that Eddie and Sammy played Shoreline Amphitheater, which isn't too far from me. It's really close to me. I could actually drive there right now if I wanted. Valerie Bertinelli had a show called Cafe and Music Can on NBC. And that particular night, Eddie made a cameo in the show as a street musician that was in the cafe, and Valerie's character was kicking him out of the cafe. Eddie played with his back to the tour, and he's playing. He's wearing a trench coat, and he turns around. He says something in Dutch. I forget what it is. And then she kicks him out. And that's only the very beginning of the episode. That's the only time you saw him in the show. Although Entertainment Tonight did like a pretty long segment on the show with Eddie and Valerie, and I have that. I actually have that, and maybe I'll post it on my Instagram at some point. EVH Gear Live on Instagram. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool segment with Eddie and Valerie. It's pretty long. It's not a super short piece. But anyway, so that night he was on that Cafe American. He was also across the bay in Mountain View playing with Sammy Hagar at the Neil Young Bridge benefit, playing a Parker Fly guitar. And I learned about that on the news that night. I'm like, oh, I can't believe it. I could have gone to that show. I could have saw them. He played Spanish Fly. He played Best of Both Worlds. They played Right Now. They played Love Walks In. He played Sounds of Silence. He did a guitar solo with Simon and Garfunkel. They also jam on Rockin' in the Free World as well. I think Sammy actually sings a song acoustically by himself, too. I think... I can't think of what the song is. But yeah, that's what that screenshot is from. I remember going to Guitar Center and playing after I knew that Eddie played one. I went to Guitar Center and played them, and I'm like, man, this is cool, but they were too expensive. Was it Eagles Fly? I can't remember. I'm not sure. There you go. Oh, this is interesting. According to Eddie, he used the Music Man Albert Lee model on the song Bliss. I could never pronounce that title. The song from Balance, the instrumental. Okay, so the quote is, you know what I used? It was a Music Man Albert Lee model guitar that I strung with heavier strings and tuned down to low A. That's interesting. I never knew that. I never knew that. That's interesting. That's very cool. I love those guitars. Those guitars are awesome. Laz, if you're looking to get another guitar, get one of those. Albert Lee, he's a cool dude. I met him. The PV Wolfgang guitars, Eddie also played, of course. Around late 1995, Eddie signed a deal with PV and continued where he left off with Music Man. The new guitar that he built with PV was named after Eddie's son Wolfgang and looked very similar to the Music Man model, but featured some improvements and changes in the design. The company continued using the same type of wood, basswood, and some models featured maple tops. As opposed to the flat top on the Music Man, this guitar had an arch top and full body binding. It also had two custom PV EVH designed humbuckers, Floyd Rose tremolo, although it was licensed. It wasn't actual Floyd Rose. It said PV on it. I used to have one. Three-way switch, which was now moved to the top of the body instead of, on the bottom like the Music Man. Schaller Mini M6 tuners. The version with the Floyd Rose also had a small device called a detuner, which is used to quickly change the tuning of a low E by a whole step. You drop it down a step from E to D. Eddie was the lead inventor of this device and held all the rights to the patent, it says. Although you can get the detuner. Where is it? You can get the detuners and more from FU Tone. Our buddy Adam. By the way, happy birthday, Adam. It was his birthday. I think it was yesterday. FU Tone. FU-tone.com. You can get the detuner directly from Adam. So buy them. Buy them all. It's an awesome device. I have them on a bunch of my guitars. There's a purple flame top. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Ovation nylon string guitar. I have an acoustic too, the one I used on Spanish Fly. It's an Ovation nylon string, not the real expensive model. I've never owned a steel string, Eddie says. So he has one of those. There it is, lying on the floor. Used on Spanish Fly. Oh no, an acoustic guitar used in Josefina in 1998. I know that clip. I think. Eddie used an acoustic guitar during the performance for Josefina. I would think it might be a Peavey. Unfortunately, at this time, the exact model of the guitar is unknown. At that time, Eddie played Peavey guitars, so it could be that this was an acoustic version of the Peavey built for him. But the fact that the guitar doesn't match any of the Peavey designs, oh, okay. And it had the logo was covered up with tape. So they're saying it could have been something else. Okay. A Tacoma JR55 Jumbo. Eddie was seen playing one of these on the bonus DVD footage for A Different Kind of Truth. They did what are called the Downtown Sessions. There's Eddie playing one of those. Great sounding guitar. And according to T-Man, Nancy Wilson gave Eddie his first acoustic. Very cool. Right on. Right on. We'll go over some of the amps here. You guys, smash that thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like Van Halen, this is the place you want to be. This is called Johnny Beane TV. Every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, we talk exclusively Van Halen. Unless we have a guest, then we have guests. I'm actually looking to have a lot, more guests on the channel here. I'll be doing a lot of vlogging. I'm going to take you guys to San Francisco. We're going to go back to LA. We're going to do all kinds of cool stuff. So subscribe. Subscribe. What are you sending me, Laz? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an Albert Lee. Our friend Music Therapy Laz just sent me a photo of an Albert Lee that he was checking out at Danville Music in Danville, California. Very cool. I love those guitars, man. That's R2, R3. That is the truth. That is the truth. I mean, look at this. I mean, look what this guy says.
Hey, this is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Beane TV. Keep it there. Woo!
I mean, what more do you want? Thank you, Michael. Yes, so it is true. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Everybody wake up. Wake up, everybody. Brush your teeth. Let's look at some amplifiers here. 1963 Fender Bandmaster. Eddie used this amp in his early days, sitting in his room and coming up with ideas for songs, most likely in that house that Laz and I saw a couple weeks ago. Later on, when the band began performing, he used this amp live and played through a Marshall cabinet. So you got, that's a weird photo. That's like half a photo of the amp. But a Bandmaster. That's the secret to tone. If you want the secret to Van Halen tone, get a Fender Bandmaster. He would crank the thing all the way up and get very, very awesome sounds. Stephen Franklin, did Eddie use the Dean V on any recordings? Not that I am aware of, no. Not that I have heard. We do not know. It's possible. I mean, as you can see, he used a lot of stuff. And see, this list that we're going through, this is just stuff that is publicly known that he has used, that he did use. There's so much stuff that he had and used that nobody truly knows. I mean, it's endless. You know? All right, so you got the Bandmaster. You got a 67-68 Marshall 1959 Super Lead as well. Eddie was using Marshall amps for the first several tours up until 1991. Technically, no, up until 1989. Eddie was using Marshalls up until 89. And then when you saw them in 1990 playing the Cabo Wabo, he was using Soldanos. And then they were developing the PV 5150. So from 91, and actually, let's keep scrolling because we're going to see them. Everything I'm telling you, you're about to see. Okay. All right. He used the PV 5150 amps, which I own. I have one. He also used the EVH 5153s. Of course. There's one of those. My local guitar center has a bunch of these in stock. I actually did an Instagram the other day. Monday. Where I showed you guys the amps.
I was just about to leave, and they actually have the half stack, the iconic.
This is from Monday.
Right there. Like I said, I'll be playing through one of these a little later. My friend Laz actually owns one. He actually got it here. We did a video on that. But I'll be live later on my YouTube channel, Johnny Beane, playing through one of these amps. But they got a few of these here. Look at that. They got the 6L6. They got the EL34. Three different ones here. There you go. Follow me on YouTube. If you like EVH gear, Johnny Beane TV.
There you go. Thank you, Johnny Beane. You're welcome. And Janice Lala is still awake. Thank you, Janice. Janice, thank you for staying awake during the show. Thank you so much. And thank you again, Janice. Thank you so much for that super thanks the other day. While I was eating a taco, which was delicious, by the way. I'll be taking you, Laz. We'll actually be taking you to more like hip spots in the Bay Area. Right here. And Janice does rock. Janice is awesome. All right, let's keep going for a little bit. You get the EVH 1553s. Oh, this one is autographed. Oh, wow. This particular one is actually autographed. Whoa, dude. That is awesome. All right, now we're into the effects. You got the MXR Phase 90, which Eddie used way back in the early days. Very, very well-known sound. Atomic punk. Ain't talking about love. He would step on the Phase 90 for most of his guitar solos back in the day. It would cut right through. And if you want that classic Van Halen sound, you need an MXR Phase 90. You got the orange one. You have the EVH versions, which are black and white striped. You can get those. You got the MXR Flanger, which, again, another early effect. Early days. Unchained is probably the most well-known feature of the MXR Flanger as far as Van Halen. Unchained. That's what you hear. That's it. That is the sound. So grab one of those. Again, you can get them from Dunlop, EVH. They make an EVH version of it that's in black and white. I think they make a special edition red, black, and white as well. But, you know, the gray ones, you can buy them all day long. The reissue ones, not the originals. Thank you. We love you, Jonas. Nelson Rodriguez, dude, you're just in time, man. We're talking about gear. We're talking about the MXR Flanger MX 117. Is that right? I thought it was actually, I have 5 of those. The originals. Is it MX? I think it was. Either way, you guys know the Flanger. So again, another early Eddie sound. That's what you want. You got the Univox Echo Chamber, which again he used back in the day. Way back in the day. There it is. Getting echoes, getting delays. You got the Echoplex. Again, another classic Van Halen effect. I love the Echoplex. I'm a huge fan of the Echoplex. Not just for Van Halen or because of Van Halen. But I am very, very into delays. If you guys watch me, I mean, a lot of times on Sunday nights, on the Sunday Night String Change show, where sometimes I change strings, sometimes I work on guitars, sometimes I play. And I like to use a lot of delays, a lot of stuff. I love that stuff. Sometimes I have guests. Like last week, I had Luke Skyscraper James from This Twisted Records. If you guys missed that show, shame on you. You got to watch that one. Luke is an awesome dude. He's local as well. He's a rock star, you guys. His band opened for the Police. They opened for Duran Duran. They opened for U2. This guy, if you want to talk about rock stars and my friends, Luke Skyscraper James. His stuff is awesome. Check him out. Anyway, what am I saying? The Echoplex. I love the Echoplex effects. Love them. It's basically a box. You plug it in. You plug into it. There's a knob there on the top. You twist you scroll the knobs. You do this. It goes zzz, it makes like all these crazy noises. So much fun. And Eddie was known for using those. All right, as far as strings, the Fender 150 XLs, those are the ones that Eddie first said that he used way back in the day. And when I started playing the guitar, those are the strings that I used too. Maybe because of Eddie. But I remember using Fender 150 XLs on my Fender Bullet guitar. Stephen Franklin, I use an Echoplex. I use an Echoplex pedal delay. Thank you to our friend Dave Nesdahl. Dave, we miss you, man. He gifted me this Echoplex pedal. That's every time I play. That's what I use. I use that. I use what else? What are the delays? Mainly the Echoplex. That's what I use. But I do want one of those Rolands as well. There is a Roland Echo, Space Echo. Those things are awesome, man. I borrowed a vintage one way back in the day. Thing was incredible. I should have bought it, man. But they actually do make reissues of them now that you can get. I gotta get one. They are amazing. The Roland Space Echo, incredible. But we're talking strings. The Fender 150 XL strings, that's what Eddie used. He used to stretch them. I stretched them to death with that new Rose thing. I boil the strings so they stretch because if you just put them on and clamp them down, the strings stretch out on the guitar. I just take a pack, let it boil in water for 20 minutes in hot water, and then I dry them in the sun because otherwise they rust. But I only use them one night anyway, so who cares if they rust? That's a quote from Eddie talking to Jazz Obrecht, who we figured that out, right? Jazz Obrecht is my cousin. We're actually related. I'm actually in contact with Jazz. We're actually related. He is my cousin. This is true. This is breaking news. So Jazz, you rock, man. I used to read all his Eddie interviews way back in the day. But yeah, it's true. Him and I are related. Let's see. So there you go. You got the strings, accessories. You got the Dunlop EVH picks, which I just happen to have some right here. Look at this. Ooh. These are cool. The 5151. Not the 5151, the 5151. There you go. These are awesome. Awesome picks. Yep. 60 millimeters. That's right, Stephen Franklin. That's what Eddie used. So there you go. There you go. Thank you again, Ground Guitar. Awesome website. There's so much more detail to go into, which we will in future episodes. DK Wilson, that's true. Jazz Obrecht and I were cousins. I mean, not like directly, but yes. I've been talking to him. We're in touch. We're actually cousins. Well, it's true. Pretty exciting, huh? See, you guys never know what you're going to get around here. You're going to get all kinds of cool stuff. We don't mess around here at Johnny Beane TV. All right, you guys, we're about 2.5 hours into this. These shows are normally a couple hours. I will see you guys tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live, with your host, John BL. Join us. We have a lot of fun. We'll talk more about a lot of this stuff and more. Smash that thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button, please. And really quickly, thank you to our friends and sponsors. FU Tone, who we thanked earlier. Tessie Switch. You can actually get a code from Tessie right here. Johnny Beane 15 is the code with Tessie Switch. Bynum Pickups, Swiss Picks, Colonel's Popcorn. And let's see, we have a blank spot there. Hey, if you're looking for a shout out, contact me. Let me know. All right, we are out of here. Rock on, dudes. And hey, if you want to keep the party going, I'll be live a little bit later. GTA on Twitch. You can subscribe to me for free using Amazon Prime. We have a great time over there. It's a lot of fun. It's not just craziness, but it kind of is. Thank you so much, channel members. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your continued support of this channel and these shows. And happy 4th of July weekend, R2, R3 is saying. So yeah, we'll see what happens Monday. Maybe I'll be live from somewhere cool. Monday. Zach Thong, I will see you in Los Santos. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Kisses. All right, I'll see you guys later. Like, share, subscribe. Johnny Beane. Johnny Beane TV. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, I'm this guy, David Olson. We are at Summer NAMM in Anaheim, and we are watching Johnny Beane TV.